All right, we're coming in hot. We're coming in hot, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, we're doing a bit of a spooky dooky stream today, and not in the usual way. So I'm supposed to be at work right now. Uh, but instead I am streaming Gunpla. Well, technically Girlpla. You know, boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I build Girlpla on company time. But no, like that's the thing with my position and just work from home in general is, uh, there is downtime, and that's why people like work from home because it's a better work-life balance, this and that, and then my position is just goofy. Like I have a really weird job, but yes. So I might have to. The reason I brought that up is I might have to um leave if I get a really bad email, uh, and then come back. So I'll probably edit that out of the VOD. YouTube has really good editing stuff these days. Um, but after the horrendous taste of Megami device, I need a palate cleanser. I need something to wash the taste out of my mouth. Um, and what better way to do that than with a model kit from a manufacturer that has an unproven track record in manufacturing their own model kits. This is the Kako DAWA plastic model series. If you don't know what this is, essentially like Girlpla, which is just plastic model kits of girls. Here's Roll from a video game. Maybe she doesn't count. 30-minute sisters. Another one counts, I guess. This is from. This is weird because this is technically from Frame Arms Girl, but this is Soul Soulsai Shoujo Teien. Fuck me, I can never remember the first part. Uh, but this is the main character's goofy friend who's really into model kits and is basically just a Kotobukiya mascot. Her name, it's like Kotobuki, like Kotobukiya or some shit like that. It's like Kotori Bukiri or something like that. Basically, she's who they wanted to be the main character, but like it would probably have been too on the nose. Uh, but yeah, no, she's cool. I like the Shoujo Tan kits a lot. I'd like to get a couple more, but I think they're kind of expensive. Also, her leg is bending the other way. But these are fun kits. There's a lot of air quotes girl pla, and it's really interesting to think about the history and proliferation of it because we've gone from in the past having typical pre-painted figures like your Figma and your figure arts, um, and then all of a sudden like Kotobukiya released, and I'm gonna mix up Kakodawa and Kotobukiya a lot, so I apologize. uh, but Kotobukiya released Frame Arm Girls, which I do not have one of those currently. Unfortunately, I've built them before. I own plenty of them, but I don't have them on the I don't have any on my desk at the moment. But uh, once that came out, I think a lot of figure companies and stuff kind of realized, like, oh, we can just do less work and they'll still pay for a product. Instead of, with like pre painted figures, you got to make sure they're painted right, and that's like a whole mechanical process. You got to make sure there's no defects, you got to test them. But like with model kits, really all they got to do is just pop a figure into parts and put it on a runner, which I'm sure it has its own challenges, but like if there's like defects or something within the kit, usually like the people buying the kit are the ones expected to figure it out. Like there's a lot less responsibility on the manufacturer with model kits. So between that, and then plus Gunpla got really popular over the dreaded Chong, the Chingusamingus, the good old bat stew soup sickness. Like people were desperate for shit to do, so like literally everything went up in price, and it's not just like toys and video games either. It's like fucking shit to do your house went up in price, like uh pretty much people wanted to do stuff because they were stuck inside all day and couldn't really do or going, and they went nutty. Like it's actually kind of validating for me because I feel like I'm kind of isolated a lot in my life. And hey Rad, how you doing, man? uh I feel like I'm kind of isolated in my own like life situation, you know, being work from home, not having a lot of social stuff going on. It was really validating around that time uh to see other people kind of like basically just speed run the same shit that I've kind of dealt with my whole life. But that's neither here nor there. There's so many fucking brands of Girlpla, it'll make your goddamn head spin. We got, you know, obviously the ones I shown, Megami Device, 30 Minute Sisters, Frame Arms Girl, Soul Shy Shoujo Teien. There's Guilty Princess, which is like Good Smile's original line. I know there's a bunch of Chinese ones that I can't remember the name of, but like, they're probably not worth remembering the name of anyway. So who cares? Because they're just Chinese junk. Oh yeah, no man, thank you for showing up on the lunch break. I appreciate it. I'm going live a little early today. You know, I'm doing a stealth stream, and by stealth I mean I'm announcing to the whole world that I'm technically supposed to be on the clock right now. But I got my work laptop next to me. Yeah, exactly. Dark Advent, Variable Fighter Girls. Like, I even, you know what's funny is there Arcanadia, which is another one by Kotobukiya, and then they did Megalomaria, which is like their weird, like Metabot's face, which I just got one of those in with this. There are so many, it's like literally impossible to keep track of them. Like, just literally, like, so many. And Kakodawa seems to think that they can participate in this kind of saturated market. And hey, you know what? For the first one, doing Best Girl from Konosuba, I'm here. Let's find out. Let's see. So obviously I bought the giga expensive one that came with the two bodies. It came with the I usually open these on stream to get my reaction, but I was so excited to see this and like kind of build it that I actually I couldn't help myself. I got the nippers, which I will promptly not use because they're double bladed nippers and they're literally like just inferior to what I have here, unfortunately. Like, I'd almost even wager these are like almost, no, these ones are a little thicker. They're a little bigger gauge. Actually, the whole thing is bigger. Interesting. But these are double bladed nippers, which means they're gonna leave some pretty nasty stress marks. Other than them having Chomsky and Konosuba on them, I don't know how much utility you would get out of these, other than the novelty of it being themed to Konosuba. And it seems like they're gonna do this for every release too, because the next one is the bitch from Railgun, who's just like a piece of shit, the main character. And they're also doing a set of nippers for that character as well. So, yeah. These are going to get hung on... You know what? I'm going to do my best to not appear on camera. I'm going to hang these on my pegboard that you can't see. And they're going to sit there and be nice and pretty, and never get touched. But I really like the box. The box is really thick. And it's thick. It's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna measure the box. That's silly. No one cares how fucking thick or big the box is. I like it though because with these gold accents, uh, it is dangerously close to looking like a blank VHS tape. Uh, and I really like that in combination with I'm assuming this is artwork from the studio that animated the latest season. Uh, it's gonna be hard to review the artwork because this is a 720p webcam and it looks like ass. That's something I need to upgrade about this setup, but I've always enjoyed the studio's illustrations that they'll do as part of their contract for making an anime. Is they'll make a bunch of promo images or like press material of like the characters. I know there's a couple Japanese magazines that I can't remember the names of off the top of my head that will do they'll do posters like that you can magazines that you can buy, and it'll have a bunch of different anime pin-up pieces or whatever. I've always liked this kind of art. I especially really like the Konosuba art. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it is so simple and colorful and just works. Like, I don't know, man. Like, Konosuba just has such great art in it. And I know people like making fun of it because there's like shots that look janky or bad, but like every fucking anime has that. Like every single anime has that because sometimes you draw something and it's so damn small that like you can't accurately depict it, and that's like kind of how the human eye works too, also a little bit. Um, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We're getting a little out of control here. Um, but that's the box. This is the manual. It's got about 22 pages, and no, I didn't rip it here. It came ripped like that, which is somewhat unfortunate. Again, this is of course this is the DX version that has has two different bodies. It's got a swimsuit body. It's got a regular body. I'm assuming this little slip here is for if you want to buy an extra runner in case something's wrong. That's a huge fucking problem that I have with model kits, is that they won't let me buy extra runners. For any reason, whether it be customization ones or if a part breaks, and I've had bad success with... I've had both good and bad success with trying to get that fixed. But it seems like this build is going to be pretty straightforward. I don't think we're going to run into too many uh-ohs or oopsies or surprises or, like, fucked up shit. This is, like, almost kind of the antithesis of our last build, which was the Megami device Asura Tamama no Mai, which still haunts my dreams. Great looking kit. Mine went together like shit. I couldn't tell you why. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this shenanigans. So yeah, let's spin up the music, Mario. Got our hopefully copyright-free video game music mix. So let's get started. We need... oh yeah, the other thing too is I don't know if these were extra or not, but this kit came with a ton of these like sort of decal... Well, they're not decals. They're honestly just pieces of plastic with graphics printed on them for all for the explosion magic and stuff. Very excited to see how that will turn out. But usually when I get these with pre-painted kits or like your Figmas and stuff, I don't really ever use these. There are times where I have, though, but most of the time I don't. Alright, I'm assuming this is a runner, considering it's brown. Okay. Plastic feels okay. I mean, it's definitely a runner. They're definitely, like, kind of taking notes from, the two mainstays, fucking Kotobukiya and Bandai, with that, like, A, that army A that they always use. Because we got two A runners, meaning we're going to be building two heads, probably. So we got A9 and A1. A1 steak sauce. I have a hot take when it comes to steak. Because steak is best served hot. But if you have to use steak sauce on a steak, it's not a good steak. I am very much a purist of the steak should taste good on its as it is cooked and presented by whatever method is chosen by the chef. So, you know, the preps, the seasonings, the you know, how, you know, if it's sous vide or if it's marinated, if it's dry aged, the steak should taste as it tastes when it reaches your plate. I'm not saying you can't do stuff to a steak. That'd be ridiculous. But if I have to use a option like a steak sauce on your steak after the fact of you cooking it, then that's a bad steak. I'm sorry. Like, I need to augment your decisions as a chef. I don't even do butter, dude. I do... Honestly, I pan fry them, or I'll put them in the microwave, the air fryer, and I'll do like rock salt and pepper. Like, I don't even mess with, like, you know, my dad has shown me how to do it, like, with, like, Italian dressing and stuff. And honestly, that's really gross. Italian dressing is really, really gross on a steak. But yeah, some good old casino butter could work really well on a steak. I think. A steak is a statement piece. Red meat you shouldn't eat all the time, but that's because it's so nutrient dense. Um, a lot of people like, ooh, red meat, that's unhealthy. But like the thing is like, it's not that it's unhealthy. It's that people eat way too much of it, like all the time. Uh, like it's actually very, very good for you. Okay, we need 8 and 11. So I'm hoping to get at least one body done before I run out of gas. Probably could have started with the swimsuit body. But, you know, so far I'm not really noticing a ton. I mean, I'm only 2 pieces in of the build process. I am actually going to try to analytically review this, but I will say some of these gates aren't super flush cutter friendly if you're someone who prides themselves on the use of those. Oh, come on. But we are like 2 or 3 pieces in, so it's really not much you can do about that. I will say I think this little nub here is not good. Like, I can tell this part's got to be inserted. So it was really silly of them to put a gate on there like that. Okay, I think that was everything. Oh no, I missed one right here. I will say though, the plastic is cutting very nice. It's not leaving a ton of stress marks. And these aren't like brand new nippers either. Uh, so I think so far things are looking up. Yeah, the plastic is cutting quite nicely. I'm not really noticing any super crazy stuff so far. I mean, it's Megumin too. It's not like Megumin's costume is super complex or anything. I think this will be a pretty solid build. But I also haven't looked up anything about this kit either. Like I don't like I don't really watch a ton of model kit reviews. Um I'll say this just, just because like even on like the main channel, the Konkonbini channel, I don't really I don't know. It's not that I like inherently dislike people that fill the same niches that I do. Always, like sometimes I don't like people who do similar content to me. Uh but I also just like don't participate in a lot of it either. F24, we need a skin tone. Let's see. O Runner. G T I. Any day now. S F F F. Oh god, that Super Fermina name sounds real familiar. Oh god. Oh, you oh man. Holy shit. From fucking Build Divers. Yeah. No, that's funny. You know what's funny is they reference I built the new one of this where it's very clearly the 30-minute missions like figurized standard sort of kit with just a character's name on it, but like holy shit. Like yeah, no, I've seen pictures of that kit. It's bad. But yeah, let's get back to it. I actually do want to finish this in a somewhat timely manner today. Because I do want to go live again tonight. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to wake up a little early tomorrow. I got blown up. I was supposed to have a meeting with the brand manager at my work. I don't want to call her my boss because she's kind of not, but at the same time, I have to report to her, which is real annoying and causes a lot of headaches. But she keeps blowing me off for this meeting. And it's annoying. A10, A7, A2, A4. Gotta get gotta get her little hair tassels in here. A2 and A4. We'll just cut right at the ball. But yeah, Girlpla seems to be pretty. I mean, it's very saturated right now. Um, it's which is a shame because I also enjoy pre-painted. I enjoy pre-painted stuff like Figma and stuff like that, but um, they just don't seem interested in doing them good anymore. Uh, and I think a lot of like I've been building model kits for as long as I've been collecting figures, thanks to Metabots, but it just kind of seems like the people making these like products and stuff just don't want to do um, pre-painted figures right anymore. I don't really know any other way to explain it. Like, I haven't gotten one that I wanted in forever because they don't make a ton that I really care for, to be 100% honest, these days. And then when I see people review some of the more, like, the ones that should be, like, slam dunks and stuff like that, they're really expensive and they're done bad. Um, I know I referenced a guy. Uh, I know there's a it's like not it's not Aki Dearest, that's fucking shit taste man's like side squeeze or whatever. Um, but it's like it's just some guy, and he wears like a fucking Canonical headset, and he did like a huge video talking about how like Figma has just kind of been shit. Well, that's exactly what I was talking about. Is like with Girlpla, you can get away with a lot more for a lot less. Like, um, sorry, I have to get real close to this. I wonder if I'm going to need one of those magnifying glass things like the guy from Toy Story 2 had when he was fixing Woody at some point. But I'm also not wearing my glasses, and I'm also not trying to appear on camera either. I hope you know, the microphone is kind of in the shot because it also kind of provides a safety barrier for me. Like, hey, don't go past the microphone or your head's gonna pop in. Um, but yeah, I was talking about that earlier. How like Girlpla is infinitely less expensive to make and infinitely more well, not infinitely, but like there's less QC involved, there's less production involved. If there's a problem with the kit, it kind of falls to the people building the kit to have to just fucking deal with it. Generally, unless it's like really really bad. Like speaking of Girlpla, Arcanadia had this Fox Girl come out, like a couple like I don't know if it's been a year at this point, but it's definitely been a while ago. And goddamn, I want that kit, but it's just too expensive. Well, I mean, I technically am a VTuber. I just got to get a model. I'm too lazy to make a model, and I'm too cheap to pay someone to do it for me. But also, too, I got to think about redoing my art and stuff too for it. Then maybe someday I'll do it. But not right now. And right now it's kind of like a bad time. I've seen people use PNG Tuber Plus or whatever. Uh, Even though I'm not like the biggest fan of it, maybe I'll look into something like that. I don't really like Western amalgamations of trying to do anime manga stuff. Like that's like a big pain point for me with someone who is Western and wants to be an anime manga artist. Uh, like I don't really like Western takes on Japanese stuff, so to say. Yeah, no, it was a pre-painted part. Like that's kind of a fuck up on their part. Like they absolutely had to fix that. Um but like they won't fix stuff with model kits. It's just like, oh, that's a quirk of the kit. Ha ha ha. That's not a broken product that we didn't fully develop. That's just model kit building. You gotta learn to fix it. Which, granted, that stuff can be like helpful for figure making or like owning figures as well. Not figure making. That's like garage kit stuff. But yeah, no, it's definitely a factor in why, unfortunately, pre-painted kits are kind of going away. But I also think too. I think for as much as I don't like Chinese and Korean crap trying to imitate anime and manga, I think that like Japanese figure makers are kind of sitting on their laurels a bit as well. But yeah, no, I want that Kotobukiya Yumiko. I really want that. I want to use her as a base to do my custom for one of the Konbini characters. Interesting. Okay. All right, so we're almost solvent here on the face. I know we've been going for 30 minutes, but that's also because I spent like 20 of it trying to fucking talk about the box and stuff. But so far things are going okay. This plastic again is cutting very nice and not giving me a ton of issues, which is wonderful. Bootleg God Hands doing God's work as usual. Someday I'll get a real pair of God Hands. I left too much of the nub on there, I think, but now it's too late to unfortunately it's too late to fully iron it out. Rad, do you mean horrible good things or horrible bad things? I will say, though, her tail is kind of big. Oh my god, they were doing fucking Dragon Ball Salvor? What? I guess I'm just confused by that. Like, that I mean, it kind of tracks, but it also kind of, like, doesn't. Okay, what face are we using? What face are we using? I kind of want... I really want to use this face, because I paid for it. But I also probably want to use that. I don't know why, like, shocked, embarrassed Megumin face is... It's excellent. I love it. But I want to say... I think I want to save it for the swimsuit face, just because I think it'll add to the charm pointle of the whole thing. We'll go with the eye patch, just because I have anxiety about this little piece kind of just hanging out in the box, but I also just fucking launched it into orbit onto me. And it's gone. Well, that's our first fucking launch of the day, I guess. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh fuck. I have no idea where it is. Oh no. Oh no, there it is. I found it. Ugh. We need a fucking... Oh, I need to update the thing too. Okay, what the fuck is the official title of this thing? Plastic model series. Come on. Plastic model series. Megumin DX. Fucking Verka Megumin. Oh god, that kind of reminds me of that one someone did like a piece of art where it's like these like very Final Fantasy-esque sort of like okay, yeah, this is a pre-painted eye patch. I thought it was almost three different types of plastic at first, but no, it's pre-painted. Um but they did this very like Final Fantasy-esque chibi art of like girls with fluffy tails and animal ears, but like they're spores and they like latch on to you and like grow on you and then like and then it was bizarre and unsettling in a in a not fun way. It was like you like it was like some not safe horny shit. Um but yeah, I guess I should have figured that with how big it is. Mofood too hard. Oh yeah, what is the fucking sticker mule deal of the day or week? I'm waiting for another good sticker deal. I want to get that anti Mofu sticker printed. But so we're at the end of the first page here. It looks like there's two different parts that you can use to do her hat. Um with this little ball joint here. Or you could just leave it off and make your very own Konosuba Megumin Pikmin OC. If you really had to. Like imagine like just a Pikmin, like a Pikmin body with like Megumin's face on it. Like not even like her head, just her face. I feel just like a purple Pikmin. Okay, now we're getting into the interesting shit of this kit. Cuz heads are heads, like it's pretty hard to fuck that up. What is the body going to be? Because they can be very very different. So we need more F runner. Thank God. And then we need B and C, which I'm assuming are... there's C. I mean, I'm going to be real. That kind of... I can see it being a thing, but it kind of feels like a stretch to me. Here's B. I feel like there are more efficient ways of indulging in that particular fetish. But that's just me, I guess. Sorry, we're checking the second off-camera laptop. We got to do it. But anyway, so let's see. We need F. This is going to be interesting because, you know, as much as I have a lot of bad things to say about 30-minute missions, I will say I think the build engineering on them is pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see how our friends at the KUCK DAWA Corporation fare. I'm assuming that actually this is probably the hips. No, it's not. It is the chest. But then why is it like skein colored? And this is C6. From what I saw, though, it seems like these kits are going to be engineered on like a character-to-character basis, where the costume seems like it's going to determine most of the fit and feel of everything, I think. I mean, maybe. But who doesn't like tentacles? They're the perfect penis stand-in replacement. The good news is I'm probably not going to have to do any sanding on these, because I think these guys are just, I think these guys are just interior pieces anyways. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, shit. I'm having some flashbacks here to the last kit we did. Okay, so for some reason this guy just it don't want to do it. Oh, I did it wrong. That's fucking why. Dip. Did it the wrong fucking way. Of course it didn't go in. Obviously no model kit is gonna unfortunately be able to I guess I'll hit the top of these guys. Not really sure why these are flesh colored when this is very clearly Oh yeah, that's right. Her fucking arms aren't. I'm thinking her arm. I forgot her outfit is. It's been a minute since I've drawn Megumin. Durr. Silly me. Silly weeaboo. Okay, that was a little sketchy. That peg in the back here is a little tight and thin. And that kind of gave me a little bit of a little that gave me some pause to sound like a redditor. I don't know why. You know, I hate that, like, that's just what everyone associates speaking with, like, non-standard dictionary words is, because I don't know, I've always kind of felt like I had somewhat of a colorful vocabulary. But now that's, like, considered being, like, overly pretentious and, like, you know, annoying. And I don't mean to be annoying. Unless I mean to be annoying. In which case I'm doing it on purpose, but... C7. Where is C7? But, like, a big reason for why I'm like that is, during my formative years at school, we had a teacher that, really, incentivized us to like, learn different words. She had this system called Word of the Day, where she would basically, for every time we noticed a word, um, from like the word list or whatever. If it wasn't a word of the day thing. No, I was wrong. It was like there were like we would have like vocab lessons, and like she'd make us remember like words, just like straight up like odd words from the dictionary, and she'd incentivize us as part of it. Was actually kind of genius because it kind of worked. um she would incentivize us to find those words being used in real life, and every time we could record it or like prove that we heard that, she'd give us a ticket, and there'd be like a raffle. And I remember there was like a whole thing with like toys and stuff and blah blah blah, this and that. um so yeah, and then she, whenever someone would win, she'd take their name out of the rotation. um which I'm surprised that didn't like negatively affect people doing it or like whatever. But I don't remember the details 100%. This was in like 6th grade, like over 15 years ago at this point. I just remember that I picked up a lot of vocabulary by doing that. It actually surprisingly worked really well. um but now anyone who talks like in a not like pretty down to earth like flower, like now that's considered being like, oh, you're a redditor, oh, you're pompous, you're pretentious, you're this, you're that. And it's very unfortunate because I like, that's just the way I kind of talk as part of my upbringing. I don't mean to sound like I'm 300 pounds and I wear a fedora. If it makes anyone feel any better, I've never worn a fedora once. Also, I like, I would say I never used Reddit, but I did use it once to try and find a Japanese teacher, because the local area I'm in has a lot of Japanese folks in it, and I was trying to find a cheap tutor, which I'm gonna have to go back to, unfortunately, because my class that I was taking ended in complete misery. And now I'm kind of without a study method, unfortunately. Other than like self-study, which is not good for learning a language, that's not ideal. Some people can pull it off, but like languages are communication. I think the goal right now is to find a some kind of tutor or something, I think. Um, but I gotta get a little financially stable. I actually did kind of damage myself a bit trying to do Japanese this year. Like financially. So I think the shenanigans spending really has got to be cut back. Even though I have yet to do it because I just bought an entire fucking box from Amazon Japan of Beyblades. I got a whole deputy service box that I need to proc because I'm running out of my storage time. Like it's bleak. All right, we need I. That's K, Q, where's I? D, R, H, O, U, T, M. Oh, here we go. Here's some goofy ones. J. Oh, man. Wow. I did not expect to get filtered on this kit like this. EQ, what the fuck? PD. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, this is actually going smoothly so far. Okay. Oh, man. I will say this piece is annoying, but there's really not much that could be done about this, unfortunately, from a model kit designer's standpoint. Other than that, if they actually made it string and, like, people were expected to, like, string it themselves, which would be really funny. Alright, get in. Hey, not bad. That looks pretty good. Alright, F18, and then we need F5. F5, yes. Oh, this actually goes in first, huh? Interesting. Hey, this is actually pretty good. So... Oh, this piece is annoying. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh no, it went in. Alright, we're good. We're good. Alright, more F run there. And then we need another I. I. Oh, this one's pre-painted. Interesting. Oh, I didn't like the sound of that. God, every time I get a not clean, like, snip on these where it, like, clicks or it, like, vibrates or rumbles a bit, I have a distinct worry that I'm going to look at the nippers and they're going to be, shattered. I know this is like totally that YouTuber like appropriation thing where like YouTubers who make videos about stuff kind of um basically insert themselves into the zeitgeist of whatever it is they're making a video on if the video gets popular. Um like for example, AVGN and LJN. Like no one really knew or cared about LJN until he came along. So he kind of like just wrecked that company's like image. And I mean, not even that it was like anything worth upholding or like worth anything before, but like he basically like fucking red string of fate tied himself to that company. Like no one's gonna be able to talk about LJN with talking about the angry video game nerd. Like ever anymore now. I know Scott the Woz has like a weird Gex thing. I don't particularly care for that either. Like, mostly because I don't think Scott the Woz is always that funny. Um, but yeah. I'm sorry. I just completely lost my fucking train of thought while I was building this. Sorry, I also bumped the mic. I know I was talking about how YouTubers kind of like tie themselves to things. I forget what I was trying to say. It's I don't I don't mean to appear stupid, but when I'm on stream, sometimes the stupid just happens. Also, that is a fine fucking how do you do? Like I cannot determine which side is which because it's like it's trying to say that this collar is like like it's uneven, so like you want the one side to be on the right side. But it's fucking it's even. It's in the middle. They didn't do it obvious enough. Okay, I did it wrong. It's the other way. And the reason I could only figure that out is because hang on, I'll show you in a second, but like you cannot see it on this camera, so I apologize. But this circle is keyed in such a way, and then I just looked at the instructions. They should have did that. That was kind of an uwu fucky wucky. But we have a neck. Oh, okay, I can kind of see it now. Like it's not that the piece is perfectly round, but it sits at an off kilter, and that's what they were trying to say. Ooh, that is a stiff neck joint. Like that did not really pop in there. Like it just kind of just went in there, I guess. But yep, let's add head. We're doing good, fellas. But I think today is like the last hot day of the summer as far as I can tell. Like the last hot day. It's like 85 today. And then tomorrow it's going to be 72, and then Saturday it's going to be 60 degree. Oh, never mind. I just took a look at the forecast and it's going up into the high 80s next week. God damn it. But the thing is it's getting cold at night. Like I guess I don't mind if the day is hot, if it's cold at night. But when it's hot at night, that's what sucks. ARMS. Nintendo ARMS. Megumin Nintendo ARMS. Megumin DLC for Nintendo ARMS. Oh, 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 oh. Oh no, that's the fucking theme song for Mario Hoops 3-on-3. That's not ARMS. God, that came back into my brain. Didn't it? I have a very vivid memory associated with that game. It's not a good one, but so when I was younger, my mom used to really believe in supplements. And to be fair, there is a lot of good things that you can have from taking supplements. Sometimes your body just needs extra of something. And it's always good to go see a nutritionist. To determine, what your body is lacking, what it's missing, etc., etc. My problem is that I did not see a nutritionist, when I got supplements. I ended up seeing a chiropractor. So there were a lot of times where I would take supplements as a kid, and they would just make me like violently ill. And my mother, bless her heart, did not understand that it was the supplements making me sick. Because I guess they didn't make her sick or something. I don't know, but point being, I remember getting, I remember I was visiting, my grandparents out on the other side of the state. And I remember I had just started some new supplements at the time, from this specific person, we'll say. And when I was all the time I was at my grandparents and stuff, I was like very sick, like to my stomach sick. I thought I had I ended up just being very, and on top of that, I actually think I did get like actual sick. As well. So between these supplements wreaking havoc on my body, and being actually sick, I remember I was playing Mario Hoops 3-on-3 while I was all this was happening, which I don't even know how I did that, but I did. And I remember being so tired that I paused the game, closed the clamshell, like I didn't even like turn the game off. I just, nowadays devices aren't really meant to be like fully, you can like kind of just put devices to sleep mode and that'll be fine. But like, back then, like the DS was really kind of one of the few things that had a sleep mode like that. It didn't fully sink in for me that you could do that to a device. Usually I just like turn it off because if I'm not using it, why spend the power? Why waste the battery? But I was so fucking sick from all that shit that I ended up literally just falling asleep while it was dark outside, I think. And then I woke up and it was dark outside again. And the time was backwards. Like, it seems like the time was backwards, but the game was still where I'd closed it. And because I was sick and delirious, child me put it together in his brain that I had somehow traveled backwards in time. And then after like an hour or so, I found out that it was actually just it was just I wasn't looking at the AM PM. I guess I just slept for like almost 12 hours. But I stopped taking those supplements and I felt much better. And it was a long time before I trusted supplements again. Uh, and even then, it didn't really work. They didn't really solve my sleep issues until I went to go see an actual fucking nutritionist. Who took a bunch of measurements and they took my blood. I had to do a DNA test. They took a lot of things. And thankfully he was able to kind of help me somewhat. I'm still struggling with a lot of sleep stuff. I've got like every sleep fucking problem in the book. As I'm older now, I have apnea, but like like I would how the fuck is this supposed to go? This is a goofy diagram. I appreciate the swivel point, but this is weird. I think I got it right though. But yeah, now I take for sleep. I take 5 HTP and L-theanine, and I was able to get off medication with those. D and F. I need to find a runner D for don't take supplements without consulting a nutritionist. I know that can be a somewhat contentious subject, is like supplements versus medication versus holistic versus that. Like certain things, but personally I'd rather be on supplements than medications. Medications are not solutions. D5, D3. And then D1. But yeah, that's my horrible childhood memory that I associate with Mario Hoops 3-on-3, is when I was so physically fucking ill that I thought I traveled backwards in time. I've had moments like that in the past as a kid. I remember very vividly my parents used to like to go up, and in the state that I live in, we have this thing that a lot of people do called going up north, where they people will own property in the upper part of the state, or the upper peninsula, because Michigan has two parts to it. It's got the upper and lower peninsula, but like going up north is like it's like a vacation for certain people, but all it is when I was growing up, all it was is they would just go up there to drink and do nothing. And as a kid, it's the most insanely fucking boring thing you can do, because as a kid, you want to do stuff, but all these adults, all they want to do is sit around and fucking drink and do nothing and smoke. It's a terrible vacation. So like literally the only things that I would have to do was to play video games. It's like, why don't you go outside and hike in nature? And like There was a couple, but like that's not fun to me. I hate I'm gonna get Pult fan mad at me. I hate camping. He loves hiking and day tripping and camping and all that stuff. I fucking hate camping. Camping is a negative vacation for me. It is like, oh, you're going out here to make yourself more stressed because there's no running water, there's no food. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna be gross and feel gross because you're out in the middle of nothing, and it's, in the summer, when this would usually happen, it would be hot and sweaty and gross, and any way to clean yourself is basically negated by the fact that it's like it's a walk away, or whatever you're staying in, whether it be a tent or an RV, doesn't have a fully functioning, like, at least the ones I was in as a kid. I know there are some that do have fully featured anemones. But it would, like, basically not have, like, stuff that to, like, wash yourself, or like it would basically just be living like you're in poverty, like you're living out of a fucking shanty. Like, I viscerally hate outdoor activity as a vacation. I don't mind going on walks. I don't mind seeing nature and exploring and doing that stuff, but not making like a vacation out of it. So what another thing that would happen is we'd go up to this cabin, and it's like a house, but it's like perpetually filthy because it's out in the middle of God, it's out in the middle of God's country. So it would always, like, to me as a kid growing up, it would always have this, like, feeling of dirt. Like, no matter where you're walking, you're stepping on, like, dirt. You're stepping in, the linoleum floor is, like, caked in, like, filth that will never be cleaned fully. The corners of the walls are, like, perpetually dirty. Like, animals and, like, stuff like that are making their way into the house because it's a vacation house. Oh shit, this is the wrong one, isn't it? I just did the wrong one, didn't I? Yeah, no, B12. What the hell? This is correct. Oh, why did that not go in right the first time? What happened? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, hands. But, I grew up like a lonely, skittish kind of like loser kid. I'll just say that. Like, I did not have a lot of friends growing up. I did not have a lot of positive social interaction. Growing up, my whole world was video games and cartoons and media. Oh no, don't tell me the fucking music is over. Just at it's over at the most important part. Guys. But, I remember, like, this is a pre-internet world, too. As well. Oh, wow, everything's got a joint. So, like, you would have to, like, set the VHS in order to record TV shows and stuff. You would have to set the VHS player to be running at a very specific time. You'd basically have to do it all manually. This was way before DVRs were a thing. And I remember, Avatar: The Last Airbender was a show that, like, everyone was into, and I was into it a lot too at the time. And I just had no way of knowing when real episodes would come out. Oh, wait, these are all gloved hands. Okay, so we have gloved hands and we have regular hands. Shit, I have no way of knowing which is which. I guess it really doesn't matter. These all seem like they're the same joint. Goodaboo, goodaboo, goodaboo. Okay, these are all gloves. And this is like relaxed hand. That's I don't know what that says in what those kanji read as, but that's the kanji for peaceful and that's the kanji for hand. So we're just gonna give her relaxed hands, I think, for now. Oh, you know what? Those other hands are for the fucking other body, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, how's these hands? They're okay. They're definitely soft plastic hands. And I appreciate that the joints aren't these stupid fucking 30-minute mission sisters hands. They're the joints. The joints for those kits suck. I'm gonna be real. I will say though, I can tell they painted over the black and it don't look very convincing as the skin. It looks like her glove has a peach square on it instead of that being like a fingerless glove kind of skin thing. But anyway, back to the story. So I remember you know, my family would want to go up north and they wouldn't just leave me at home. Like I remember being a kid and actually like wanting to just saying, "Hey, can I just please be left at home? Like I don't want to go. I don't like going here." And they were like, "No, you can't be left at home. You're a kid. You have to come." And every time I hated it. Like it was boring. Like I would just play on my Game Boy because that's what I had at the time. It was like Game Boy and stuff. It's basically all there really was to do, except maybe go swim in a filthy lake. And then maybe they would go and want to do stuff. But like again, very incredibly boring for a child that already has like ADD and stuff like that. It was basically hell. Like is the way I'd have to explain it. And I understand people will probably like be upset at that description. It's like, well, you're spending time with your family. You can't call that. But it's like you have to understand as a kid, you don't appreciate that stuff because you just don't understand. But also too, like being stuck in bondage in a situation you don't want to be is not fun. Um, it was just all around a bad situation. It was not a good time. And I remember one year, like and a big part of it was I would feel like I would almost miss, like because I was so attached to media and stuff and being disconnected from that because this cabin doesn't have cable, you know, it doesn't have like satellite TV or whatever. Oh shit, that was the wrong fucking hand. Oh, they got them sorted this way. But like I wouldn't want to miss shows as a child. And that was a big problem with going up north was I would, you know, there was the potential to miss stuff because all the adults wanted to go up on the weekend and I didn't want to go, but I was forced to. So like I just didn't want to miss stuff and I didn't know how to record it. I would have to depend on other people in my house and stuff to record it, and then of course they wouldn't do it because they didn't fucking care, because why would they care what some dumb kid wants. And I remember one particular year I was going to miss an episode, like after weeks of not getting a new episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was hooked on that show as a kid. For all its problems now that I see as an adult. The first one at least had good stuff in it. And I found out that I was going to miss an episode while I was stuck. While I was stuck up there in this fucking dumbass cabin that had nothing to do, and no one wanted to do anything except sit around and basically just fucking die. Like, basically just like slowly die. It was again, terrible vacation. Like, if you're going to somewhere for a vacation, you should fucking do something. Like, going to sit on your ass and drink and smoke is not fun. You know, like, but I remember I got so fucking upset that I was going to miss an episode of this show, and I had no idea. Because, again, back then, you didn't have ways to catch a show other than live television. I grew up, like, I grew up at the very cusp of, like, internet streaming video becoming a thing. So I remember specifically it was the 2-part episode of when Aang and Appa get separated in the desert in the second season. It was the it was the one with the library and Wan Shi Tong, he who knows 10,000 things. And sorry, I'm umming and anding a lot because I'm stuck, but, like, yeah, I remember the trailer for that, and I was gonna miss it. I got so fucking the whole thing that this story has been building up to, me babbling about, is I got so upset that I was going to miss that I actually physically made myself sick. Like I actually got so upset that I actually became sick. Like go to the doctor sick. I forget if it was like a sinus infection or like an infection of some kind or like the flu. But I just remember we didn't leave, and I didn't like do anything to make myself sick. Like, I didn't like fucking lick someone's like tissues or anything like that. I actually just became sick from being upset. And they didn't do anything. Like, they didn't take me to the doctor. They didn't this, they didn't that. So I remember not only being trapped in this fucking personal hell of mine, so, you know, I just remember also being sick as well. And it was easily the fucking worst, quote unquote vacation I have been on, like, ever. One of the worst, probably. I think the other one that was really bad was 6th grade camp. Was really, really bad for me too. Because it was basically just like a crappy ski lounge, and like they stuck us in like this hostel situation, and we were basically there for an entire week. It was really bad. Like, that was the first time I had like ever been away from my parents for an extended period of time, and it was just an overall bad situation, in my opinion. The cabins and stuff were absolutely gross and disgusting. Like, I didn't actually shower for a week because we were stuck in, like, I went to a private school for 6th grade. There were 3 guys, and they stuck us in this hostel, like, room with bunk beds with a bunch of, like, honestly, I think military accommodations were, I think those are actually better than what we ended up getting. It was literally just an open room with 2 bathrooms, and, like, I never used the bathroom in that room. I don't think I shit. I think I like maybe peed because I had to, but it it was just an awful situation. It was like you ever see those videos where it's like in the arms of the angels, in the like with the dogs and shit. The fucking what's that lady? It's like the sad dog like donate commercials because they're kept in like awful shelters. It was like that, but for like people. Like it felt like a vacation to fucking Auschwitz. And yeah, I didn't like sixth grade camp either, and I was stuck there for a week. I've had multiple vacations like that where it's just like, well, air quotes vacations. I went to like youth groups and like, oh shit, oh no, we're still good. Okay, I thought for a second I saw the tip of the nipper was flat, and I was like, did I lose a tip of a nipper? Like, did I lose the tipple of my nipple? But yeah, I've found myself in a lot of situations like that actually, where like I go do something and I'm excited for it, and then it isn't what I want, or it's not right, or it's wrong, or something's bad, and I basically have no way to fix it, and I'm stuck because I was, not an adult and I didn't have power and agency over my situation. Sixth grade camp was like that. A lot of youth group trips I went to, we used to do trips to like these, it was called Student Life. It was like this and that. It was, basically just like your typical Christian, youth group things. Which some of those I did have a good time on, and I did have good experiences on. Um, Even though there were parts that I equally didn't like. Like I never really liked being stuck in a like. One thing they would always have is they'd have these concerts where it'd be like some, Christian musician act. Shit, I just lost another piece. There it is. Shit. But some Christian musician act would come on, and I never liked that. I don't know, like like, and not even because it was like Christian or like faith based stuff. I just don't like being in loud music. Like I like music. I like loud music. I don't like being in like a crowd. I don't like being, and I think a big part of it was too is I didn't want to be there. Um, like I didn't like the forced mandatory activities that were part of the trip. And maybe that's also why I have such a distaste for being told to do stuff. I usually I usually kind of like rebel, or I try to find my way around like mandatory this, mandatory that. I have infinitely less patience for that as an adult, probably because I had to deal with it so much as a kid. But I never really liked the forced participation stuff of those trips. I liked when we did fun stuff, like that was when I went whitewater river rafting for the first time. That was fun. But then also too, the other thing was I didn't really identify with a lot of the kids that went there. I was not really friends with them, and I don't think they really cared about me too much either way, even though they were friendly. But like I I had a bad time at a lot of student, we'll call them youth group retreats, because it's essentially what they were. Uh, Even though I do have some good memories, some were really bad though. Like I remember there was one in Chicago that we went to that was incividly, like it was I don't think I used that word correctly. It was like incredibly boring. There was not a lot that we actually did that was interesting. I think we went and saw the stupid fucking bean. Uh And then I remember I got Giordano's there though. That was when getting fucking pizza is the highlight of your trip. That's kind of sad. I think we went into downtown while they were filming I think they were filming Transformers at that time because I remember running into sets where it's like, "Oh, we're filming here. If you come in, we'll fucking kick your ass." And it had like a Transformers logo, so it completely defeated the purpose of, "Hey, don't fucking come in here," because it had a big Transformer on the logo. But they were filming some stuff for I believe it was either the second or third one. Might have been the third one. I'm not sure. I'm almost positive it was probably the third one. Dark of the Moon. But yeah, that one was really bad. I think I just kind of stopped going to them when I realized, oh, I don't really like the like, and again, this had nothing to do with my like faith or beliefs or anything like that, but I just didn't like being forced to sit down every day for like a Bible thing or like some forced thing. Like I don't know. I think it's just I don't like being told and forced to do stuff anymore. Or even then I didn't like it. I don't know. And to be honest, a lot of that stuff didn't really necessarily like affect my, relationship with God or anything like that. I didn't mean to get religious on this stream, but I kind of did. Whoops. Probably just private this stream anyway. I don't know. I don't want to private it though, because like I want to talk about this model kit, but I just kind of went on a tangent about how I fucking hated going on vacations as a kid. But it wasn't even like it wasn't even like a 100% religious thing, because years later I would go to the Illustration Academy, and then when the reality of that situation set in where it's like, oh, this is not going to be a thing that I think I'm going to enjoy, and I'm stuck here for 4 more weeks. That one was really, really bad. That one was like, you are stuck here for 5 weeks, have fucking fun. And like, people, because I didn't pay for it because I was in college. A family member very generously offered to pay for my trip out there, and so that I could do this thing. And like, if I were to give up on it, like I would basically be smacking that family member in the face. I would basically be like spitting on them and their very nice gift of like spending like a couple $1,000. Like, I think it was not an insignificant amount of money. Like, it was not cheap to do that, to do what I did. And there are people who like wanted to go for like all 5 weeks, but they could only afford like 1 week because it was they would swap out guests every week. It was 5 weeks long, but people would come and go throughout those 5 weeks, depending on what the focus of the week was. And yeah, long story short, I did not have a good fucking time at the Academy, even though it was, in hindsight, it was life-changing, and I learned a lot, but like, I'm not going to pretend like I gave a fucking shit about any of the artists that visited. The guy who ran it was probably my favorite guy, because I think he kind of just like leveled with me a bit, and like we kind of talked about some stuff about like what I actually want to do with art, and I think we kind of came to an understanding of each other of like, you want to do this thing, but like no one here can really help you, but like you shouldn't give up on it, like, because I think you can learn stuff here even though it's not what you want. I really liked him, John English. I haven't spoken to him in a minute. Last time I talked to him, his son passed away. And it was like a big thing, and that was the last time I spoke with him. And I haven't heard from him since, which is a shame because he seemed like a cool guy. But yeah, no, the Illustration Academy, as life changing as an experience as it was, and as much as I will fully admit it opened my eyes as an artist and as a person. It was a miserable fucking experience for me. Like it was just rotten. I remember, and you know, when the highlights of you're going to this thing to meet all these famous artists and people that like people only ever dream of meeting, and you're gonna learn with them and like do stuff. When the highlight of that experience for me is fucking Pokemon Go coming out, and you know, Mega 64 released fucking the best cosplayers video that they've ever done. That's how much of a fucking dork I am. Like that was more exciting to me. Mega 64 released cosplayers. What was it? I think it was Dance Beyond Death. Which if you don't know what that is, it's really hard to explain. But it's basically a giant inside joke that went like way too far. Mega 64 used to do videos for websites and get paid for it. Like they would make content for websites to drive traffic. This was back before that when a lot of gaming news sites and media sites were more relevant. And they used to do videos for IGN Insider, which was their sort of paid news group thing. And for the first 3 or 4 videos, it was just badly edited convention footage because that's just basically all they could do. For some reason, they go into it on their commentary DVD, which I actually gotta rip those to my computer because I'm worried about going to watch them one day and them not being watchable because of disc rot. But especially since a lot of the Mega 64 version DVDs have like them saying like faggot and like bad words and stuff when they used to be cool, and now they're like fucking Californian to a fault. But they released like I think it was like 6 or 7 it was the 6th or 7th cosplayers. And I remember I was sitting, we were getting ready to figure draw, and that was already kind of nervous for me because I wasn't good at it, and I didn't like doing it because I couldn't take it. A big problem with me learning art was a lot of times when I would want to, you know, I couldn't take the things they were trying to teach me and like I couldn't see what I wanted to do out of that exercise. And there, you know, because I knew there wasn't really a way to get that. You know, everyone says when people say they want to learn how to draw anime and manga that like, oh, you should learn your fundamentals, don't forget your foundations. But like, a lot of people say that, and with the implication of, oh, they don't like anime manga. They, you know, it's a phase that you grow out of. And they say learn the fundamentals, but they also kind of like try to push you into what they like and what they would rather you, the kinds of art they would rather you be making instead of, you know, help. And a part of that is they can't help you take the fundamentals to the next step of what you want to do. But we got a quick figure update. You know, another Mega 64 reference. Model Girlpla update. That's gonna be my Rocco Bodie rip-off thing where I act like a Disneyland adult about Girlpla. I don't know how I do that really. Girlpla's already meant for adults, so it's pathetic, but it's a different kind of pathetic. But you know, this is nice. You know, solid articulation. You know, it doesn't really feel bad or anything, or like nothing. It's joints are nice and stiff, but they're still pliable. Um, yeah, this is pretty solid so far. But now we got to do hips, and then I think. Oh yeah, we gotta build. Oh, we gotta build the skirt separately. Interesting. H. We need H runner. I'm assuming H runner is white. Or maybe it's black. I forgot. Megumin wears black pantsuit. Yep, that's what I figured. H and F runner. Alright, let's do it. I will be going to completion on this kit, by the way. At least to the first body. The second body maybe we'll do on another stream. But I don't know. Maybe if I feel differently, because we're kind of out of the danger zone here for. Oh, come on. You know, my work. Most of the people at my job now are kind of gone. It's like around 4ish. I'm not going to be hearing from them again today. Probably. Which is the great thing about remote work is when you're remote work and everyone goes home for the day, it's very nice. I like having my work situation be relaxed, and thankfully, until recently, I didn't have someone breathing down my neck at all times. And I kind of was worried that this person that they hired is going to be that, even though I am a good employee and I do all my work. Like, they've even commented on that. You know, you're a good employee, you do your work. Like, those aren't my words, those are theirs. But I was kind of worried that this brand manager person was going to be really a pain in my ass, and it kind of seems like she's going to be that, but she's been so busy with I don't even fucking know what. Like, they aren't even, and that's a problem with my job, is they don't even tell me. They don't even tell me. They just don't communicate with me. They only ever come to me when they want me to do something, which is fine. I'll take the paycheck. But it's just kind of annoying that the expectations are constantly changing. And I don't think I'm a bad employee, but yeah, so far this build's going pretty good. I know I was talking about something before, and I took a break to talk about the kit, and once again, I completely forgot what that was. Ooh, I don't like this. Ooh, this is something I don't like, though. I have a feeling this is going to be the cause of an accident if you're not careful. If you're an unfortunate builder, this joint right here is very, very tight, and I have a feeling that will cause someone out there in the world some grief. But not me. Thankfully, not today. Oh yeah, no, I was talking about like wanting to be a manga artist when you don't live in Japan or aren't Japanese. Yeah, a lot of people will try to they'll try to convince you that what you're into is a phase, and that it's not worth your time, and that you should be more like them. And yeah, one of the ways they'll do that is they'll go like, "Oh, you should." They'll try to weaponize the truth. Like, granted, this isn't wrong, but they'll try to like weaponize fundamentals against you. And I encountered that a lot. Not just from teachers, but from like other students as well. Honestly, it was more students than teachers. Like the teachers would just be kind of like, "Oh, you're into this? Oh, okay. Well, I can't really, no one can help me." It's very I don't know. It's just sad. I think there really is a demand for people who want to make art in that style but don't live in Japan. Granted, I don't want as much as I would want more people to be able to pursue their passions and stuff. I think with how hard it is, I I personally do think it is better that way, especially with how out of hand just being a fan of like every single interest and hobby now has a secondary problem. And like it's full of people who like are posers. I don't know any other great way to call it. Um okay, we need F Runner again. We're going to be depending heavily on F Runner today. But like just being a fan of anime and manga right now is kind of tough because there's too many people who are like into it for the wrong reasons. There's too many fake fans. So like I mean even manga, even drawing that stuff has that. The problem is now is that because manga and anime have become so globally popular, and because other countries like Korea and China have found success, we'll say, with shit like Genshin and like Blue Archive and stuff. The pool for what people actually think is manga or anime is very blurry, and it doesn't help the fact that like turbo like redditors will go like, well, manga is just Japanese for comics and anime is just Japanese for animation. There aren't distinctive things that actually separate, even though there is. Like they're completely, the technique is completely different. The styling of everything is different. The writing, the types of characters, the story, like it's just completely different. Like even though like there are things that are similar. But it's very hard to talk to people about what you want to do when you have to have like a 30-minute conversation with them about, well, this is what I want to do, because there's all these like little there's all these little nuances and details that you need to explain. Like, I want to learn how to draw anime and manga, and if you tell that to a Japanese artist, they'll be like, okay, well, why didn't you do it? You could just do that. You have to explain to them, no, I am from the West and I want to learn how to draw in a Japanese art style. Like, I want to learn Japanese techniques and learn Japanese art methods. And I want to make art in the industries of, I say industries for a lack of a better term, but basically just the creative fields of Japan. And Japan really has not done a great job accommodating those type of people. But I also think that's not a bad. In hindsight, that is it's both good or bad, depending on how you look at it. But I think considering the whole thing that just happened with Bandai about all their ESG bullshit that they're trying, their DEI shit that they're trying to force into their stuff now. Sorry, I'm itching my leg. My leg do be a little itchy. I think it's unfortunately only a matter of time before anime and manga kind of cave to the things that were to the things that ruined other media, which drove normies to anime and manga. Blah 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 blah. Like, everyone knows culture war nonsense. Blah blah blah. Whew. This is an interesting leg piece. Probably won't do another one of these in my lifetime. With this wrapped bandage aesthetic. Just because it is very, very unique. And I guess that's one thing I do like about these KUCK model kits so far. It seems like each one of them is going to be like with Gundams and stuff. You know, they're all different visually looking, but they all kind of have the same ish, like sort of how do I say this? Like the same sort of like flow and like method to their parts and stuff. Like a lot of the chest part, even though they are different. I don't know. I don't. They're probably explaining it wrong, but I like that. This I guess this is just a roundabout way of saying this build feels a bit more refreshing than like the the 9 millionth Gundam or like Frame Arms Girl or 30-minute Sisters kit. It's just something nice and new, I guess. But we have so far I'm pretty impressed with it. But we still got a whole kit to build. Oh, there could be something fucked up that we just haven't gotten to yet. Ah, god damn. At least that one was big. I got to see myself fuck up on live camera. Oh, I might have to rescribe that line in the future. That's unfortunate. Okay, though. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of fucked it up when I was going after the mold line. Something is on my hands because I keep getting dirt on the thigh. There's some dirty thighs. Alright, let's see. We need B19 and then K1. Where is runner K? I believe we have yet to see that runner make an appearance. Yes, K. Alright. Runner K. Hey, we pulled it out. We're one step ahead of the game. One step ahead of the lawman. I don't know the rest of this song. I just know the tune. And I don't even remember most of it. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, we need a red one. And I want to do this kit extra good because this is one of those kits that should look good even if you don't paint it. Personally. Because it doesn't have a lot of decals and stuff. There we go. Stubborn mold line. That is definitely half the battle with these build streams. Is nub removal. If I was just like if I was a total scrub out and I just like completely ignored doing nub removal, I could probably get these done way faster. But like, ooh, that is a thickle joint. And I gotta say, I do appreciate that they at least key like right here. They key the joint to tell you which one goes into what. I actually really like that. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll edit some of the crazy stuff out of this, and I'll do I'll do like a highlight sort of thing. That could be fun. Although the problem is I'm recording music with this, so like that might be difficult on the editing side. It might be fun to try though. K3 and B6. Also, I have no idea what the time codes are for, like, good shit. You know what, I'm not... A big reason why people waste time on sanding is because they don't use a high enough grit. And that's something that I definitely fuck up. Is I'll stick to that 600 and be like, oh, I don't want to damage it, but then it's like, well, then I'm just burning time doing more sanding than I need to, you know, lopsiding my supply because I'm burning through 600s too quickly. There we go. Fucking God. Doesn't want to stay in my hands. Do it. Oop. God, this just makes me want to play Super Mario Sunshine again. It really do. Speaking of that, where the frig is B? There's B. Beautiful. B movie pun. God, this sounds familiar. I think this is from Battle Revolution. I'm almost 100% positive this is from Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii. Yeah, this is from the Coliseum. I was right. Hell yeah. I grew up in this time period. Man, I played the shit out of Pokemon Battle Revolution, and I don't think I could tell you a single fucking thing about it. It is such a nothing game. Like, I could tell you all about Pokemon Coliseum, or the original Pokemon Stadium. I could not tell you a single thing about this other than that it was a Pokemon battling thing. That's... Again, it's just not, that's not good for a video game. We have Megumin. Lego Mean. Oh man, someone's got to have done Lego Megumin. In fact, yeah, we're looking that up. Hell yeah, they have. Oh, they've done a bunch of them. They did like a fucked up looking one. They did a minifigure. Oh no, this is AI generated fucking nonsense, isn't it? This one's real. Okay. We're adding that to the stream. I'm sorry, everyone. There we go. Alright. We're back. I don't think anyone really cares. Oh wait, shit, what? I missed a... Oh no. Oh, okay. The whole... For a second, I had to do a double take because I went to step 36 and I was like, oh shit, what happened to the rest of the lake? And then I remembered, oh yeah, I have to still build it. Alright, let's see. 22, 21, the obvious shit. Okay. This is nice, too. What is this song? This is a fucking Klonoa... What? This is from Klonoa Door to Phantomil? No way. No way. This is... Is this from the remake? Because I didn't play the remake. I can tell you for a fucking fact, I did not encounter this song in the PlayStation version. Oh, we're getting distracted. Let's actually this is like some fucking Sochi Tarada shit. This is like I expect to be fucking catching monkeys on like a floating cloud next to a space station. I will say I have been noticing that now that my Japanese class is over, I have a lot more free time. Obviously because I don't have 2 hours every day where I'm like preparing for a thing. But also just I'm not actively thinking about I have to do a thing, so like do you guys ever get that where you feel like because you have a thing and you have to do something, or like you have like an appointment or like an event, you kind of just like get locked in and you feel like you can't do anything else. Because I feel like I get that like quite a bit, if I'm going to be honest. Like today, I was supposed to have this meeting with this person at my work, and she biffed on me for whatever reason. I particularly don't care. I'm a little bummed that she scheduled it for tomorrow kind of early in the morning, because because of my multitude of sleep disorders and sleep-related issues, I don't do good in the morning. And I don't mean to sound like I'm like a fucking Tumblr user, like, chasing clout for illnesses. Like, I wish I could sleep normally. But, you know, when I have, like, a thing that needs to be done, it kind of just, like, derails my whole day. Because I feel like I need to focus on doing that thing and doing that thing only. And if I cannot get distracted until that thing is done. Okay, let's see. I need I and J. Runner J. We're going to have to go fishing for Runner J, guys. Found it. You know, thankfully, parts aren't super hard to find. In a kit that isn't fucking have like 3 million different runners that are tiny. I don't know. This one seems a lot more reasonable. I'm still fucking triggered by that goddamn Megami device kit. I feel so bad because some of the people that tune in to see me build, I know, are big Kotobukiya stans. And I like Kotobukiya a lot as well. I definitely prefer them over Bandai in several cases. But I'm not going to sit and say something ain't fucked up when it's fucked up. I feel like I should draw Megumin in the Yagi style. I feel like that would be fun. I'm surprised I haven't done it. Or Wiz. I guess I could draw Wiz. Wiz could be good. In fact, maybe I'll add her to the list. This is a very triumphant music. To me, sanding down some nublets. Some good old-fashioned nubbeting. I need to get some dust extraction for my Gunpla stuff. I think that would benefit my my health potentially. I have a dust extractor for or a fume extractor for soldering and stuff, but it's not very good. I need to get like a proper one. What I really want is I want a I probably could just build one too out of a knock to a fan and just cut like a carbon filter or whatever. Might need to consider wet polishing or whatever that. Okay, so goes in like so. Okay, we're in the clear on that. I'm very careful with joints like these because I almost had a very bad experience with that diver Fumina, the newest one that I was talking about with a rad earlier, where I almost completely fucking knucked her leg joints because they just didn't want to go in correctly. And I think what happened was they weren't keyed correctly, so I kept putting them in wrong, thinking they weren't keyed. They were just like swappable. So I think I was putting the wrong one in, and it just kind of almost wrecked it. It took me forever to figure out the right order. But yes. Okay. Wait, nope, wrong. Oh shoot, that's right. I still got. I still almost have half a leg I need to finish. Got a little quiet. I will say, I definitely think the music kind of affects my mood. Um, when I'm doing these sort of things and I stream and it's like playing like some deep atmospheric shit. It's like now where it sounds like I'm committing a heinous act while I'm hunched over my desk building a small plastic woman. God, this sounds like... What is this from? Is this from the... Oh, it's from Pikmin? Oh my god. Okay, we're skipping it a little bit. I don't feel like listening to that for another 5 minutes. Come on. Okay, thank you. I feel just like a purple Pikmin. I definitely do want to... I know I want to go live again with drawing tonight. But I definitely do want to stream some games again. I really want to get back into that. I'd like to stream something on the candy cabinet, but I just... I was going to do it to celebrate ending my Japanese class, but I just kind of... I didn't give up on it, but I just kind of like felt tired. Like I just didn't do anything with it. And you got to really be on to stream an arcade game. I spoke with a gentleman at a gathering, this gathering that I go to, who does stream arcade games, and he keeps it fresh by like changing the game up every so often. But I wouldn't want to do that just because I don't have infinity games to play for arcade stuff. I'd really want to sit down and focus on one thing, which is why I personally think what I need to do is I want to do a Mr. Driller for sure. I really want to do a something with Mr. Driller. See if I can get to the bottom of the USA stage or whatever. And then I'd like to think of some other stuff, maybe how many 100% I can get in Gals. Neo Turf Master's also fun. Oh my god. We're doing that thing I do every time I go to stream. I love this music so much. The GameCube menu is like one of my favorite video game menus. It's just so simple. It doesn't need to be any of this dumb shit. But by the way, real quick, Detour, which Legumin is your favorite Megumin? Do you prefer thigh stocking Megumin, or do you prefer wrapped up bandage Megumin? If I had to pick a Legumin, I feel like wrapped up Legumin is more erotic looking, but thigh stocking Megumin is probably more erotic feeling. if you get what I'm saying. Like, this probably doesn't feel very comfortable. This is probably like some fucking, like some Ace bandage tape or some shit. It's probably not like the super greatest cloth. But this is probably very nice and silky and soft. And what's inside of it is also probably very nice and silky and soft and supple. So I think if I had to pick a Legumin, I'd probably go with left Legumin. But they're both very good Legumines for the Megumin. If you understand Gumin. But let's go ahead and assemble that together. Ooh, that felt odd. Okay, there we go. The other one went. They procced. Alright, we got 2 Legumin per Megumin now. We are almost solvent. We have to do... Actually, we're doing pretty good. We're almost 3 hours in, but we're pretty much like at the home stretch. I think legs are always the most tedious parts for me when it comes to a model kit, in my opinion. Alright, E3. Rest in spaghetti, never forgetting. E3. Hulk smash. Hulk smash is right. Let's take a moment to remember your favorite E3 cringe moment, where people who act like they're connected to modern society are paid to pretend like they're connected to modern society. If you're watching the VOD or watching the stream, shout out. What is your favorite E3 cringe moment? And it doesn't even necessarily have to be cringe. What E3 moment do you remember? Oh shit. Okay. Wait a second. Oh shit. Okay, it's just saying there's gate removal you have to do. Okay, all right. That's, you know what? That's fine. E3. Where's D? D E E E E E. In fact, it doesn't. We don't even need to keep it to E3. What is your favorite keynote cringe? What is your favorite time a giant corporation got up on stage and just kind of showed the world how disconnected they are from reality? Like, what's your favorite moment of that? Oh god, they're playing with the fucking menu because God forbid we have a clean track of this. I will say this is probably going to be annoying to do this part. I think for color separation this is very nice, but I think build-wise this is gonna suck. Oh, I still got some nubs to remove on this guy. This is another game I need to play on stream. Problem is, I don't know what version would be good to play. I guess I could play the HD Switch version. I have both. I have an original PlayStation copy of it. In addition to owning the HD version on Switch, which has a EULA, and I honestly I think that is like the funniest. That's the funniest representation of how games have just become like worse over time. Is that I need to sign a fucking EULA to play a single-player video game. It's ridiculous. Can eat my dick, Konami. I respect you, but also fuck you. Lonely Rolling Star. Lonely Rolling Star. Sorry if my humming was annoying. I have no idea what the balancing is on the mic to music. I just know I don't have it really high because I don't like it blowing my ear out. Fuck, I missed a part. Damn it. Oh no. Oh fuck. I didn't sand the bottom. Oh, this is gonna suck to get out. Alright, time to find the surgery tools. Alright, here we go. Yes, surgery on a model kit. Did you hear they did surgery on a model kit? Always a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you, surgery tools. Always a pleasure. Yes, free. Yeah, that little fucking nub there fucked me. Okay, well, I learned my lesson. In fact, no, that one's okay. This one, we can hit it once. Okay, now it just doesn't want to go in fully? What? Unless this... No, this is the right way. Huh, interesting. I guess this one doesn't fully go in either, but... God, the Katamari soundtrack goes so fucking hard. And it's a dopey looking baby game about rolling a ball around. It's so good. Yo, lonely rolling stone. So why the hell does... I mean, I guess they all kind of pop out a little bit. Like, they're not perfect. There is some texture to them. It's not like a flush mount. Which is interesting. All right. Well, thankfully that wasn't horrendous, but all. Oh, oh man, that almost was like a really bad gap. I was like, I don't like that, but I just had to push it in more. Okay, well then why is this one almost like completely flush? And then the rest of these just don't want to do it. I don't know. I guess it's okay. I don't really see a huge problem with it. The ass part is clearly the part that's kind of supposed to be hidden. It's got these this figure's gonna have trouble sitting down, we'll say. Alright, we need H10 and we need a special part. We gotta go dig for that. Let's see, here it is. That wasn't that bad. But, well, thank God it fell in the box and not on the floor, where there's a chance I wouldn't see it again. Alright, I think H is floating around up top somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Let's go ahead and unnub those nubs real quick. Okay. Oh man, someone call Linus drop tips. Okay, so skirt is skirted. We've girded the skirted. Let's, I think we're in the position where we can put her together. I was gonna say she has to have a tail, but like, Megumin doesn't have a tail. I've got kimono on the brain. Okay, all right though. She is a lot taller than I should probably go get the Figma for scale, but like she's definitely, her legs definitely seem a little longer than they, it seems like, personally, this might just be me, but it seems like her torso is too short and her legs are just slightly too long. Just a bit though. It's like just a hair. It's enough to give me a little bit of a it just makes me just a hint of that feeling, but it's not enough to where it's like, bro, what the fuck did they do? Um oh, these hair joints are, oh, that's fun. They rotate rather than I mean, this one kind of doesn't, unfortunately. It only kind of, this one seems to only want to go this way. This one will go both ways though. So not really sure what happened there, but something happened there. Head moves pretty good. Face is good. I mean, honestly, like, so far this kit feels really nice. Good articulation, except for maybe the skirt is going to get in the way, and I think there's, unfortunately, that's a character design limitation. There really isn't much that could be done about that. Can do the classic post-explosion pose. Let's go ahead and assume the position. Assume the position. Position assumed. But yeah, no, overall this is pretty nice so far. I don't really have any major complaints or anything about it. except I didn't really like that. The leg seems to be able to twist pretty easily. I don't really particularly enjoy the feet articulation so far. It's a little difficult to position them to where if you take a wider stance, she'll be able to stand up properly. But I mean, so far, I mean, it's Megumin. This is a pretty solid kit. For how much does this kit retail for these days? Amy, Megumin model kit. Let's see. All right. So if you want the, I mean, you can't get it now, unfortunately. It's saying order closed. Let's see. But for the regular kit, this is not the DX version. This is not the deluxe version. This is just a regular ass kit. And then you get the bonus of the explosion effect parts. It's 8,200 yen, which I want to say is like, it's like close to 40 or 50 bucks. Well, now it's $57 because of the yen overnight fucking spiked like crazy up. And I couldn't tell you why. But yeah, if you can get this kit for I'd say a reasonable price, would probably be $40 to $50 to $60. For the regular one, I think that's I mean that's pretty much retail. I honestly, a reasonable price is fucking retail. I wouldn't pay more than retail for something. At all. But I don't know if it ever goes on sale. Although Megumin is easily the most popular character in Konosuba, I don't think this one's gonna bin as hard as some others. Even Konosuba stuff that fucking bins hard. Megumin doesn't really bin all that much. Because Megumin is a popular character. Let's put it this way. Many people want to play with Megumin's Legumines. If you get what I'm saying. Oh, Animal Crossing. You truly are the best game that someone's girlfriend can play to pretend that they're a real gamer. That's not a nub. Okay, I had to like think about that. Yeah, okay, it even tells you in the manual right here, hey, don't cut that part off. That's really bad. If you do. Okay, excellent. Yes. I am surprised though that they didn't just make this I can kind of understand why they did it on the skirt a little bit. But like I don't for this one I don't think there would have been any reason why this couldn't have just been a whole piece. But that's just a theory, a Girlpla theory. I'm adding that to whatever the Konkombini sticker pack in the future is going to be when we actually have fucking viewers. Oh man, I couldn't tell you what goes where. I screwed up and I did that thing that I always do where I cut everything off and then I forget what it's actually supposed to do. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, yeah, there's no reason why that couldn't have been a whole part. I guess, other than maybe like mold stuff, maybe there's some mold thing I don't understand with how it would have been released. It probably was actually like a gate issue. Oh wow, they really give you a lot of instruction for this one piece. This one was not that hard to figure out. H9. Thank you. Thank you for that. Got it. Oh man, we do need a drop counter for these streams. Okay, that actually, you know what? That number removal was really clean. For some, oh, here's one. Never mind. I take it back. I was gonna say I probably don't need to sand that, but then like, I saw one and I was just like, nope, you fucked up, kid. All right, that was interesting to get in there. But it went in fine. Okay. So we need C and B runner. We got some stuff to do. CB these nuts. Interior part detected, not sanding. This one I am going to have to sand, though. 6 o'clock. I think after this, I'm going to change and go work out. Because I've started doing that again now that my Japanese class is over and I feel like I actually have free time. I'll probably come back and eat something and then maybe I'll go live with drawing. Because I do have much drawing that needs to be done for this next video. I'd like to finish this video before November. I don't think I'm going to finish it before the big surgery. Okay. God damn it. You know, everyone makes fun of Lionel Train Tips. The Lionel Vaginus himself for dropping shit, but like... Oh, the music made some weird noises in my headphones. I thought someone was behind me for a second. That really scared me. But like, goddamn, it's pretty easy. It is pretty easy to develop a case of Butterfinger. All right, let's see. H3, H6. I know that piece. I think. Yes. And then the little hat nublin. That part is so easy to lose. I think I did almost lose it on my Nendoroid or something. I know that comes off on a kit. But we're almost in the home stretch, fellas. I think we got the staff left to do and the cape, and that's about it. I'm surprised the cape isn't just honestly cloth. I feel like that just might have worked a little better. But then they probably would have made the whole thing cloth. Yeah. Suspicious hat. And then B15. We got a B15. B17 Bomber. Angry Vid Game Nerd reference. Sorry, I'm kind of running out of shit to say, which is going to make it very interesting when I go live later tonight. You know, sometimes you just run out of social gas. Oh, I hate that. I really hate that. I really dislike that. That peg is very thin. You could very easily fuck that up. Special piece. I might as well pull out the special pieces. We're about at that point. But we are just about hat solvent here. Oh god, okay, I had it completely wrong. Last break for the day, build's going great. We dropped more things than the Lionel Vaginus Tech Tips himself, but so far most stuff is going together fine, except for this for some reason. Okay, no, there's like a huge air gap. Why? What is happening? Yeah, why is this popping back up like this? That's weird. Something's amiss. Yeah, something on here don't like something on there. Something's up. It couldn't be that, could it? But yeah, we've been going strong for about 3 hours now, I think. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, what the fuck, man? This hat just is like, no, I'm not going together. He refuses. Yeah, something doesn't want to sit in something, or something's too big, or something's wrong here. And I couldn't tell you what. Well, yeah, this is like a $50 to $60 retail model kit. I probably wouldn't buy it just for one part. Wow, this is actually the first problem we've had this entire build. I'm very shocked at this revelation, because everything else has been quite smooth so far. Unless it's just kind of like fucked up and it just don't want to go together properly. This might be another glue situation. Like I feel like something's wrong here. But I mean, what can you do? Unfortunately. So yep, we found our first problem with this this kit is the hat. It is that's really unfortunate. Oh wow, it's on a ball joint, but it really does not move that much, and it also doesn't want to sit in there for some reason. I mean, it goes in tight, goes in fine, but I mean, fair, yeah, but I mean, I guess you could also use the hat to you could, you know, because you don't have to put the Pikmin ball on her head. You could just use the regular hair, and it'll be fine. What the hell is this thing? What is this? I don't know. I bet there's something on... Maybe it's on the other one. But yeah, that hat was a little unsatisfying. It did go together, but I have a sneaking suspicion that if I ever paint this kit, which I kind of actually want to, it seems like a fun kit to paint, that it will require glue. Like, there's just no way around it. Let's see. I5. And I'm not going to sand that, because, like, who fucking cares? No one's going to see it. Yeah, this is absolutely from the Klonoa remake. I checked on what this song was, and it's like, farewell. This is not the PlayStation song. Wow, this one too, just like, it does not... Oh god, there we go. So maybe that's the issue with the hat, is that this plastic is just really stiff. And the hat is just like, no, I don't want to. But yeah, you missed it. We talked about all kinds of crazy shit, like nutritionism and like supplements and how they can be good or bad for you. We talked about how I had bad times going on vacation and all kinds of fun times of being like a borderline acoustic child. Okay, where the hell are my other cape parts? They're in the box, probably. Yep. Alright. I don't know how I feel about not polycapped parts that are just polycaps. Because that's essentially what these little orb guys are, is they're just polycaps. But they're not. They're this like hard plastic. I know. Fuck. Oh boy. And that's the worst fucking possible part we could have lost. It's a round circle. Son of a bitch. It is a round dark circle. Okay, slowly get out of the chair. There it is. I found it. Oh, thank God. Oh, I was actually gonna end the stream from that. I was gonna be like, I can't find it. Stream's over. We'll finish. We'll finish later. Fucking Jesus. I don't know why. I've been like fucking giving good old Lionelus a run for his money today with drops. Okay, so those, do they sit under or over? I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and adorn our Megumin. Okay, let's see. It's kind of stiff, but like, I don't know. I think it works. I mean, it works about as well as you'd expect a hard plastic cape to work. There's gonna be some concessions you make with that. And then of course it does limit some of the head movement because of the restrictive not 100%. If you know what you're doing, you can kind of finagle it, but it's not perfect. But, like, then again, like, or, you know, no, actually. Now all of a sudden it fucking works. What gives? I don't know. It was weird a second ago. Maybe it's because I had the hair out. That could have been it. These little hair things pivot in and out. And then I guess the cape also twists in the back. So, you know, not great, but, like, not horrible. And then, of course, you know, adding the cape, she's probably not going to be able to stand on her own, I think. Or no. Yeah, no, you just got to balance it. Okay. All right, I'm game. I'm game. Staph infection. Or you know what? Let's see. 21 pages. And we made it to page 14. Huh. I really do want to go work out. I tell you what. I'll give it 20 more minutes. If I can't finish it, and then we're going to have to save it for the next one. Because we've got a whole other model kit that needs to be built. Because I bought the deluxe version, and it comes with an entirely different Megumin. I wish more model kits would do this. Where instead of having a bunch of fucking option parts that I'm never going to use all of at once, give me a second body. Just give me a bunch. Like, is it really that much more expensive in plastic to just give me another body? It's not like you have to build... Like, again, you don't have to build and QC an entire extra thing. But, I don't know, that's just me. N-Runner? I'm pulling these guys out. We're gonna need them. Oh... Ooh. It comes with a whole stand we don't even really 100% need right now. Okay, N-Runner is missing. We're kind of fucked. It's somewhere here. This is H. P. I'm assuming this is for the swimsuit, yeah. We'll go ahead and put P-Runner to the side. D is done. So, let's throw D-Runner back in the box. C-Runner also done. I is also done. This is S. This is F. This is B. B's got a couple pieces. K. K is done. J is done. A. This is a whole other A. G is done. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? And did we just run out of music? We did. We did just run out of music, didn't we? Yes, we did. Okay, cooking with Nintendo. Here we go. E. No way. Come on. Well, N-Runner is not present. Let me look through the box again. Maybe I just missed it. Q-Runner. Oh, you know what? N-Runner is going to be clear, isn't it? Yeah. Here I was thinking it was going to be brown. Yeah, I know. I was shit talking Chinese model kits earlier. But the thing is, the reason they're getting popular is because Japanese model kit companies and figure companies are getting excessively lazy. Like, there really is just no way around it. But that's also just a Japanese thing, is Japan just, like, comes up with an idea once and then never fixes it, iterates on it, does anything to upkeep it or improve it. I think I took way too much off that. Shit. But, alright, let's see now. Nope, other way. I don't know, maybe there'll be a Chinese model kit that I care enough about one day to try. But, not right now. Problem is, I just don't like China's takes on anime and manga a lot of times. Very rarely I can appreciate it. I liked Arknights, even though it's basically just Chinese spyware, just like every other gacha game. And I also don't like gacha. I just got bored of Arknights after a while. It didn't go anywhere. They were fucking around in the China country for like a gabillion years. And the stand-in for China in that game is like very transparently evil. But it does that very Asian thing that a lot of things do, where like they'll try to like outwit people or morally grandstand, or I don't know how to explain it, but it's like they'll try to like navigate around being wrong. Like, oh, it's our right, it's this, it's that. I don't know. Fuck Lungmen. The only good thing about Lungmen is that's where all the furry characters come from, the Arknights. Because I don't think they're Kemono. I'm gonna be real. I think the only one that barely qualifies... Well, no, Hunk is a thing, too, in that. Or Husk, or whatever the fuck his name is. There's, like, that trio of, like, the people in Lung... Or, I guess it's like a quartet, because I guess they added some, like, dragon fucking looking guy. And then there was a whole mini series about them. But yeah, fuck Lungmen in Arknights. Like, they really, really, really want fucking Chen to be the main character in that game. Like, they spend so much time on her, and she's just like a fucking piece of shit. I don't like Chen. B4, B5, and L2. To my knowledge, they still haven't even left. But, I don't know. I dipped on Arknights forever ago. Like, around the Neon event. There was this, like, dragon girl that, like, everyone wanted, and it turns out she was shit. Like, she's a terrible character. Like, a lot of the pull characters in that game were kind of not great. I remember the Penguin Logistics event with Mostimo. Mostimo is fucking awful. Alright, where's L? Here we go. L. Alright. But yeah, Arknights is the only Chinese spyware I'm aware of, and it was cool in the beginning, but then I got bored of them fucking around in not China. Because not China's boring in that game. I thought it would be cool, because it's like, it's honestly, Arknights is kind of like Deus Ex, like, but with anime characters. Like Deus Ex Human Revolution specifically. Because I haven't fully played the first one. I think I tried to play it, and it was just, like, too old. Like, I couldn't get around how old it was. Like, it actually affected my enjoyment. I know there's, like, mods and stuff you can do for it. Maybe I'll figure that out one day. But I fucking loved Human Revolution. Um, that game is awesome. I enjoyed the shit out of that game playing as Adam Jensen. I really want to get. I've never played the DLC for it. I know there's like a whole DLC that kind of like interprets how you get to spoiler alert for a game that came out like over 10 years ago, but basically you're on the hunt for some criminals who kidnapped your cutie waifu because they want her to make some stuff for oh jeez, oh fuck, okay, I'm all turned around, hang on a second please. It's gotta be this way, like, huh? Okay, it went in. Good lord. This one, okay, this part's confusing. Shit, we only got 10 minutes. Okay, I think that was how that was meant to go in, and then we need L1. We're almost done anyway. But essentially, as part of the game, you end up in a warehouse, and you're following the track of the people who quote unquote killed or kidnapped or captured your girlfriend. I don't think you fully know at the time. And you end up in Singapore because you're in like a little pod. You sneak in. They're taking a bunch of people or cyborg parts or whatever, and you just kind of slip in. But the DLC kind of takes that and goes like, okay, well, what if it wasn't as easy as just that? What if good old Adam Jensen had a lot more trouble getting in, and they found him, and they like fucked with him, and then like this and that. Like there was a whole DLC based on that hypothetical situation, and I've yet to play it, and I kind of feel like I should have. Okay, I know it's supposed to be like red or something, I think, but I like the purple better, so we're gonna eschew canon stuff for aesthetics. Also, again, this is probably a very bad idea. I'm cutting these with my my nice nippers, but this yeah, this plastic doesn't seem too bad. Fuck. We're running out of time. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, who the fuck thought this was a good idea? You can't see it, but there's like a lip for the other orb to go into, and the seams kind of sit on that lip in a way that would be, it basically makes them incredibly difficult to cut. That sucks. Okay, we have another pretty bad part of this model kit. This is a slice your finger off any percent for sure. Alright, let's see. How did we do? Probably not that great, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, come on. Oh, is it like... It's like keyed almost. Oh, I missed... No wonder I missed a whole fucking part. Okay, there we go. I found it. Oh, come on, get in. Yikes. Oof. That is a bit of a bad part of this kit, I'd say, because I haven't fully figured out how to sand thin plastic without or like the shiny clear plastic without damaging it. That's pretty bad. I'm gonna be real. Okay, so we got our... Well, we're just about done, aren't we? And we got one more L part for good measure. And I think we'll finish just in time. Good enough, I suppose. And there's the staff. Now we just got to give her a hand. A hand to hold it, even. So I have two Megumin Figmas. I have the beach one, and I have the regular one, and the beach one, the staff busted at like one of these joints. So I'll have to drill and pin it, but let's go ahead and give her a little bit of a dynamic twist. Okay, I always respect when a model kit can stand under its own weight. And darn it, this one sure can. Sorry, we're gonna transfer over to the finished product here. I'm pleasantly happy with it. There's some stuff that's kind of fucked up about it. There's some really thin pegs in certain spots, like on the staff. The hat, this little tassel here, I could easily see that breaking. If someone just fucking like sends it too hard. Cape's not the best. Not the biggest fan of the cape. But like, it's a hard plastic cape. What are you gonna do? It's either inert or it's gonna be kludgy. Like, but the face is good. Sorry for the focus issues. This thing sucks and has like a single focus. The feet joints kinda... I wish they had a little bit more articulation, but they kinda do. But I don't know. Overall, this is a very solid fuck. This is a very solid kit. We're definitely gonna build the next part first, because don't forget, there's a hole. There is a... Well, I'll get to see a picture at some point, but don't forget, there's a whole other body we gotta build. This isn't just like an option part here. This is like an entire other kit that you can build. Like, straight up. And you get all this stuff, and then... I don't know, for like I think this was like 120,000, not thousand. It was like 12,000 yen. Sorry, for the whole kit and caboodle, which is kind of expensive for a model kit. But when you consider I paid fucking 1,100 yen for that piece of shit, uh, I mean, this kit is a lot more basic. But I don't know, like, we got a. I told you I put it on a hanger. You probably didn't believe me, but it did go on a bit of a hanger. We got cool limited edition nippers. We got 2 whole bodies. A couple decent pre-printed faces. I would have liked some blank faces. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that would have been that hard to include. For the price, but I don't know. It's solid. I like the hand joints better than I like 30-minute missions hand joints. But yeah, no, I mean, so far it's been a pretty fun experience. Other than maybe some of the joints are thin, the hat's kind of fucked up. I don't like the orb, but like, as bad as those are, every model kit's gonna have its quirks. Um, all model kits have quirks. There's some stuff you can forgive, and then some stuff you fucking can't forgive at all. But on the whole, I'd say if you can get it for a retail price, I probably wouldn't pay too much more than the retail price for this kit. The DX version, I'd obviously go with over the regular edition personally. But that's just me. But yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. I want to go work out and come back and eat some delicious. Oh my god. I just realized something. I've had the music muted this entire time. I've had the... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! I'm so sorry, everyone. I just realized I had all the music muted. I mean, I guess that would make it more fun for editing and doing a highlight reel of, but like, damn it, whoops. That's really bad. I wish someone would have said something. That's really fucked up. I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh man, I probably sound like a psychopath when I talk about the music, but yeah, I'm gonna go do the psychopath thing of workout right now, so I'm gonna take off for a hot minute. I'll try to be back later tonight, but anyways, guys, take it easy. Peace. We'll be back with some drawing tonight, or maybe I'll just decide to say fucking come back and finish the other half of this, but I do want to draw, or play games. I don't know. We'll come back with something. I promise. Something. But anyways, take it easy. Peace.